So let's begin our class. And first, let's do a little bit of work with the hands and the wrists, work up the arms into the shoulders. So I'm just clasping my hands like this. And then I'm going to bend at the wrist and bend at the wrist. Just keep on doing that. And if your wrists are a little tender or if this kind of affects you up into the fingers, then go ahead and just do it a little bit less extreme of a bend. Just have to explore what's happening. This can be really good for getting the energy and blood flowing through your arms and into your hands and fingers. And now start to just let your elbows get a little bit more into it. And then just twist from your hips and your waist. So you have if you're doing the right side, it's the right hip. And if you're doing the left side, it's the left hip. So this exercise is called unwinding from the center. And so center is right here. And try to initiate the movement from your center. Just breathe naturally. Just keep on breathing. Start to wake up into your shoulders, upper back. And now let's reverse that. So the right hip and elbow go to the back, gives you a little bit of a twist. Just breathe in through the nose. And then if you want, you can breathe out through the mouth. You need to release some tension. If it feels good, you can also breathe in and out through your nose. And then hands still clasped, uh, arms out in front, and then inhale. And then exhale. Push your hands out to the front and round your back over a little bit. Inhale and pull your hands in. And then exhale. Feel a stretch in between your shoulder blades. Maybe your low back, if you can curl your tailbone under a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Let's do a couple more. And then just keep your arms out in front of you. Arms are a little bit like into a circle here instead of just pulled straight. And now drop your right elbow down and left elbow up. It's like you're going to try and look through the window here. And then you come back to the center and you do the same thing. You just kind of try and lean over and look. It may feel a little bit awkward, but it's a kind of movement that might come up just in your everyday life, everyday activities. And you can inhale here, and then when you twist, exhale and release tension. And then squeeze your elbows together like this as you exhale. and then inhale, bring your arms up. You can go ahead and modify that if it's not good on your arms or your shoulders. Exhale. Exhale through your mouth and squeeze your elbows together. Breathe in. Maybe you can push your hips forward a little bit and breathe out. Okay, now this time, bring your arms up. This is an inhale here, and then exhale, and then twist from your hips and your waist. Then inhale, come back so you're facing front, and exhale, squeeze like you're squeezing out a big sponge in between your arms. And then do the same thing. Breathe in and breathe out as you twist. Breathe in and out. Do a couple more times. And then just let your arms come down by your sides. Just take a moment to check in and notice how you feel. Breathe in, feel your body. Maybe you'll feel some tingling or kind of glowing kind of feeling coming up to your skin. That's the energy sensation being activated, and then it comes out a little bit more to the surface so you can feel it easier. All right. So now let's do knocking on the door of life. So this one is really, again, it starts from the hips and the waist. You just let your body go this way and relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and then you add the arms in. So you tap along the front and along the back. You can see what I'm doing here. You can always breathe out through your mouth when you need to release any pent up stress, tension, anything like that. Now, we're knocking on the door of life. So, the door of life is the point in the middle of your lower back. And we stimulate that and also some other points around that area to get your energy flowing for vitality, for waking up. Also, points all around your lower rib cage, abdomen. And now, with a light, loose fist, just tap underneath your collarbone. Keep on breathing. Qigong people do a lot of tapping. Stimulate the energy flows. And then open your hand in a relaxed cupped position and just tap on top of your shoulder. That back arm still is aiming for about the same thing across the lower back, back of your waist. And now start to work your way back down. And then all the way down around the waist, lower back. And then breathe in. And when you breathe out, turn this into water waves. It's like you're swishing your arms around in a circle in front of you and behind you. Feel your hands, feel your arms. Let the feeling of the air rushing by your hands, your fingers, your arms. Let it focus your attention on the here and now, right here, right now, present moment. Totally relaxed. One more breath. Exhale and let that wind down. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's have spreading the feathers. So just bring your arms out to the side and then your elbows can be soft. You don't want to have your elbows really bent like that, but you do want to have your wrist bent. Open your fingers a little bit. Those are your feathers. And then tilt your head to one side. And then, depending on how you feel, just roll your head over your shoulder. Avoid using any force on your head, on your neck. Just let it be a gentle movement. And if there's a lot of clicking or popping, then maybe straighten up your head a little bit so that there's not as much grinding. Breathe out through your mouth. And if you find a place that's really tight, you can maybe stay like, oh, right here on me, there's very tight. I did this earlier this morning and it's noticeably better than it was then. So pretty effective, especially if you're persistent. And then go over to the other side and do the same thing here. You can be very gentle. Another thing, if you hear a lot of clicking and popping in your cervical spine, then just lengthen your neck a little bit more so that you're going up and over like there's a ball right here. And then see how that works. If you've had any problems like whiplash, things might be a little bit out of alignment there, and that's what's happening. The bones, ligaments, and tendons are all snapping and popping. So just lighten up on that, and you can still do the exercise and get some great benefits. And then gently let your head go to the front and take a breath. Notice how you feel. How's your neck? How's your shoulders? Okay, let's do a little bit of knee lift. This is really good for developing leg strength and for a little bit into the balance. So you bend your knees and then you shift your weight and then lift one knee and then do the same thing on the other side. Right? And maybe if you don't have your legs too far apart, it's a little easier. It's a little more challenge if you have to shift your weight more aggressively. Just keep on breathing. So you push your hips a little out behind you. You can hold on to something if you need to or want to. Squeeze the outside of your glute on the supporting leg. Can help you. And then take a pause. Breathe in. Feel your body. Maybe that's really got your circulation going. And now we've already worked a little bit on hands and wrists. Let's do feet. So this time I'm going to sit down and we'll just do a little bit of an ankle. So you just cross your uh, ankle over your thigh, and then you hold on to your foot and make some circles. Circle around one way. Keep on breathing. There are 12 organ meridians, and we have 6 that go down through the legs and 6 that go down the arms. So now we just want to make sure these down here are really open. Those little squats we were doing do a lot to open up the energy flow and the blood flow. And this is something you can do just sometime when you're sitting, maybe watching the news. You can do this. And then make the circles go the other way. And then let's work a little bit on the toes. So you just hold on to 2 of your toes, the ones that are right next to each other. So the big toe and that first toe, and then you make one go to the front and one go to the back. We wear shoes a lot, and we're getting into summer, so maybe you'll be barefoot a little bit more, but when you have your shoes on, your toes don't really get to move much. And we'll take care of that. Now go on to the next 2. So it's the middle toe and the first toe. Just forward and back. You can go gently. And then the next 2. And then the pinky toe and the one right next to it. And then do a little tapping. And brush your foot. And then you can go ahead and put your foot down and see how that foot feels. Maybe it feels a little bit more open, uh, more lively than the other foot. But let's make this one catch up. So turn your ankle around one direction. Keep on breathing. And then turn your foot the other way. Maybe this foot feels a little different than the other one. This one, I've had a bad sprain, so that will affect things. Let's see how that feels. And then we'll do the toes. You take 2 toes and make one go uh, like up and one go down. You're making a little movement there, and then you go on to the next 2. Same thing here. And then progress to the next 2. And then the last 2. Little progressive exercise of toes. And then do a little tapping. Just gently. stimulate a little brushing. And then go ahead and put both feet down and take a breath. Feel your feet. Ah, okay. Let's stand up. And I have one more exercise that's to activate and circulate your energy. So put one hand on your hip and one hand like this. This is the teacup exercise, or arm spirals. We'll just do single arm spirals this time. Open your legs kind of wide and then shift your weight over. Now spiral your hand down, palms facing up as much as you can, like twisting and wringing out your arm and into your shoulder. And then we'll go up over the head. It's like a Z when we do it like this. That's what it looks like to me. One way and then the other way. And then you do the upper. Usually we describe this as being a figure eight with a low circle down here. It's turned into kind of a flat line here. And up here. Can be very confusing if you've never done it before. But generally, after you've done it a couple of times, different sessions, it starts to sink in. And even if you never totally figure out the movement, that's okay. Just keep moving so that you're moving your arm, moving your shoulder, moving through your legs, getting a lot of movement. Movement is life. And then let's do the other side. Legs still wide, palm faces up, put your teacup on there, and then over to one side, reach all the way over, and then palm still faces up, much as you can. You don't want to really strain, but get some movement. Just even a little bit of a twist in your arm is going to help. Little shift in the weight. And just one last one. Okay, and then shake out your feet, arms a little bit. One more exercise. Let's do a variation on pulling the bow. And this one has a hand position. And this is the hand position right here. In the arm that goes out to the side, your fingers are going to be like this. It's an exercise for the lung meridian. And so the lung meridian comes down your arm here and it goes down your thumb. And then it has a companion, the large intestine meridian. That one comes like this. It kind of makes a little, almost a circle like that. So that's it. And we'll do that, incorporate that into this exercise. So now take your right hand on top like this. Now the top hand circles around. This is the hand that pulls the bow. The other hand, you get that L, little L shape. And then you pull the bow, bend your knees. Your legs are wide. And now the arm that's out, that's the arm that goes on top. Inhale here. You circle that arm around and then you pull. You have that L shape accentuating the lung meridian. Same thing again. Try inhaling on this part and then exhale. Look out over your arm through your fingers. Let it represent focus. Focus on your goals, clarity of thought, and ability to focus. And then just bring your arms down and shake out your hands a little bit, shake out your feet. And now we've finished with our activation. Well, almost finished. Let's do a little bit of bouncing and shaking. It's always a nice transition to go into the flow section of class. So just bounce your knees, relax your wrists, relax your shoulders. Just one final shake up of your energy. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. And slowly stop. And now feel your body. Notice if maybe you can feel a little bit of energy flowing, especially into the extremities, your arms, your hands, your feet, legs, maybe all over. Bringing out that energy sensation was closer to the surface, and we can feel it and focus on it and augment it. Where your energy goes, that's what grows. Where your focus goes. All right. So let's do flying. So now we're going to move very slowly. You've already opened up the energy flows, and the arms just float up and then they glide back down. Breathe in and out through your nose, just as much as you can. Breathe in and out through your nose. Let your knees be soft. So you're at this point, you're standing up a little bit taller, but you never lock your knees. And then let your arms come back down and soften your knees. Let it feel very gentle and give you a feeling of being buoyant, of light, of lightness, being able to, like a bird, soar above your everyday mundane concerns and see things from a distance. Just relax your shoulders, arms float up and arms float down. This mindful movement, the slow movement, this is when we attract energy. You can accumulate energy. So feel your body, feel your arms gliding through the air. When we move slowly, that's when the energy has a chance to sink in, accumulate. So imagine that your skin is open to receiving energy. You can picture it as golden light coming in through the pores of your skin, into your bones, all your tissues. One more. And then make your hands face each other and make an energy ball in between your hands. You can move your hands around a little bit to play with your energy ball. And open and close. Roll your hands like you're rolling a ball in between your hands and just see what you feel. It can bring out a little bit of energy sensation. And if you don't feel anything yet, that's okay. Some people, it takes a long time. Some people feel it immediately. It just helps you to get something to focus on for this gentle, moving meditation that we do. Okay. So just let your arms relax by your sides. Next, we'll do Tigress Gathers Her Cubs. And this one, it has kind of a very childlike movement. And just roughly, it's like this, almost like water waves, not quite. So let's slow that down and we'll use this to charge up the three energy centers in the belly. That is the energy center for vitality, for physical energy. And the heart center, the emotional center. And the head, that's that mind or consciousness. And we will focus on each one of those. We call that the three treasures: treasure of the body, treasure of the emotions, and treasure of consciousness. So put one hand in front of your abdomen, palm faces in, then the other hand swings around. You twist, reach over to the side, and then pull in. So that's the movement. And the tigress, the most precious thing she has is her cubs. And really, the most precious thing we have is our three energies of the body, of the emotions, of the mind. So just gently let your arms glide. And if you can, add an exhale here and then inhale as you pull more energy in. You're augmenting, you're collecting energy. And then do the same thing on the other side. Just let your arms swing. And if you can, like smooth out the edges. So it's a very flowing movement. Now let's go up to the chest. So the palm faces the chest, and then the hand comes down as the other arm comes around. Break it down even a little slower. So from here, you just pulled in energy, and then let your hand go like this. It's like taking any old dark energy, let go of it, and then you do the other side. Same thing on this side. Palm faces you, and then you let go of stuck, stagnant energy. So here you would exhale and then inhale. And then repeat. There's a certain amount of coordination for this, but it's very slow. It's really a breathing exercise, a moving meditation, pulling in energy to your heart center. So you can charge it up for positive emotions, very high vibrational level. You can have a full range of emotions, only balanced, so you're not stuck in any one mode. And now let's go up to in front of your forehead. Same thing here. You release any old, dark, stagnant energy, and then you pull in fresh. You can breathe in and breathe out. Inhale as you pull in fresh energy. Exhale, release. charge up this energy center for clarity of thought, inspiration. And now let's work our way back down. So go back to the heart center. And then glide down to the belly center. And then create the energy ball between your hands again. And just pause in this posture. Have your weight slightly into your heels. Drop your tailbone down without really cranking your hips under, just to lengthen your lower back. And relax your shoulders. Pull your chin in a little bit so the top of your head is facing up towards heaven. Breathe in and breathe out. And now make your energy ball go like this. See if you can feel the energy sensation in this position. And it's now time for the full moon. So let's do eating the moon cream. So you inhale as you bring one arm up, one arm down, and then you circle your arms around, and then you come back to holding your energy ball. Inhale and exhale. Let the moon represent the reflected light of divine mind. Very slowly moving your arms, collecting the energy of the light of the full moon. One more time. And then hold the energy ball between your hands again. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale, bring both arms up. And exhale, bring your hands down either side of the center line of your body. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Use this movement to gather your energy. Let it settle. Any extra energy, let it settle down in the lower abdomen energy center. We call it the lower dantian. So we finish feeling grounded and centered. And then put your hands together, crossing at the thumb webs, and legs a little closer together. Hands on your lower abdomen. And let's just finish with a few breaths. This is called bamboo in the wind. This is just to let your body relax and very gently and subtly rock and sway so your energy can settle where it needs to settle. And then the rest you can store down in your lower abdomen for the energy of your day. Just breathe in and breathe out. And now let's have a short meditation. So for this, you can sit down or lie down. Make yourself comfortable. This meditation is for relaxation. I call it breath like the tide of the ocean. We use a lot of imagery to get into a state of calm relaxation. So if you're sitting, sit with your back as straight as you can. Sometimes you can just sit forward in your chair or put cushion behind you so you can sit up and have your feet on the floor. If you're lying down, just make yourself comfortable, maybe support your head, support under your knees. We'll sit here for a few more minutes, so maybe you'll cool off. You might want a blanket or a sweater. Now close your eyes and tune into your breathing. Notice how you're breathing. Often, as soon as you start to notice your breath, you create change. You put your attention on your breath, and it can change. It can deepen and slow down. But for right now, just notice your breath without trying to change anything. Just notice and see what happens. Where does your breath go? Notice the length of your breath. Notice that when you exhale, you tend to let go and relax a little more each breath. Now imagine in your mind's eye that you are at the ocean, you're at the beach, and the waves are gently coming up onto the shore. It's a warm, sunny day, and the tide, the waves come in and then gently wash back out into the ocean. Notice the rhythm of the waves. Energy moves in a rhythm. And slow, rhythmic breathing is a cultivation of inner peace. Let your breath be like those ocean waves. Let it cultivate a feeling of deep connection to the present moment and to the energy that is right here, right now. The ocean waves, as you inhale, breathe in. Ocean waves wash onto the shore, and then there's a lull where the water swirls around a little bit before it returns to the ocean. It swirls, it pauses, it suspends, and then it returns to the ocean. And then again, there's another pause before another wave washes up on the shore. Slight pause as you exhale. Think of that as resting, a rest. Let your breath be like the waves of the ocean. Inhale like the wave coming up on the shore, and then Let your breath suspend or pause just briefly as the breath turns and you exhale, the wave returns to the sea. Then there's a stillness, a rest, a time of resting. Very short. And then you inhale again. Slight pause or suspension. Exhale. Take a rest. Breathe in. Pause at the top. And then exhale. Natural pause as you exhale. Continue to breathing. Feel it swirling as the energy is changing from the inhale to the exhale. Not really a stopping, but a suspension or swirling. Let your breath feel like water in its expression through your energy system. Continue slow, rhythmic breathing. Keep breathing like the ocean. Return to the image of a beautiful warm day at the beach by the ocean. Notice the sun sparkling on the surface of the water. And feel the sunshine gently warming your skin. Let your mind be observant. Be a witness to the life that's flowing all around you. Inhale, slight pause. Exhale, rest. As you breathe in this slow, rhythmic way, you can feel your energy starting to vibrate at a higher frequency. A frequency that is an expression of health and vitality. A frequency that's an expression of inner peace, present moment awareness. Let these energies settle in and fortify and strengthen you from the inside out. And now bring your hands over your lower abdomen and settle your energy down here in the lower dantian. And then start to make a small circle around your abdomen. I usually like to go clockwise, so it's up the right, over, and then down the left. And then slowly open your eyes. And let's do a little tapping on the chest with your fingertips. Start to wake up. And then sweep down your arms. Smooth down your hair. Massage your ears a little bit. You can pull your ears out a little. And then bring your hands in front of your chest and take a moment to feel gratitude. It can be for any intention that you like, or you can just inhale with gratitude and exhale blessings. and take that energy out into your day. Thank you so much for joining the class, and I'll see you again next time. Okay.